All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the April 8th, 2026 meeting of the Reading, PA Zoning Board. Please either keep yourself muted if you don't plan on joining in, and make sure that your devices are silenced in the background if you are. I'd like to introduce the members of the board, starting with Phil.
I'm Phil Rubina, member of the board.
Jeff.
Jeff Gatone, member of the board.
Tom.
Tom Fox, member of the board.
And Charlie.
Charlie Jones, member of the board.
Okay, we also have present our zoning administrator, Lee Olson, and our zoning officer and our solicitor, Stephen Price. Steve, if you would like to take it from here.
Steve, you're muted.
Yeah, before Steve gets on, this is Lee. I would like to let everyone know that with this meeting, Emily is working with me as our computer host, and I will be doing the feedback from the applications for the appeal as the zoning administrator.
All right, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Thank you, Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, so we have 5 appeals to render decisions, and we have 2 hearings for tonight. The first appeal is Appeal 2512-0042. It's 509 North 6th Street. Is there a motion to approve that relief that was requested, subject to the conditions set forth in the written decision?
I'll make a
motion.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say no. Ayes have it. The next decision is Appeal 2511-0038, 551 Gordon Street. Is there a motion to approve the requested relief, subject to the conditions set forth in the written decision?
Motion.
Second. There's a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Ayes have it. Third appeal is Appeal 2602-0003, 1215 North 11th Street. Is there a motion to approve the relief requested, subject to the conditions set forth in the written decision?
So moved.
I'll make a motion.
So there's a motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Ayes have it. The fourth decision is Appeal 2602-0004, 1216 Perkiomen Avenue. Is there a motion to approve the requested relief, subject to the conditions set forth in the written decision?
I'll make a motion.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Aye.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Ayes have it. The last decision is Appeal 2602-0005, 1001 Lancaster Avenue. Is there a motion to approve the relief requested, subject to the conditions set forth in the written decision?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any comments or questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, now we have 2 hearings. Ms. London, do you want to let me put in the exhibits for, I'm sorry, what? Let me put in exhibits for Appeal 2603-0006, and then you can have any of your witnesses sworn in, and then do an offer of proof, and then if there's questions for them, we can go from there.
Okay.
2603-0006, James Shankweiler is seeking a variance for off-street parking requirements and exceeding the distance for required off-street parking. The property is located at 531 Court Street in the Commercial Core Zoning District, as that term and district are defined by this City of Reading zoning ordinance. My first exhibit will be swear in Emily, or I guess I swear in Lee to testify that the property was posted.
Can
Yes,
you raise your can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I will.
Thank you.
Mr. Olson, was this property posted properly?
Yes, it was.
Okay. With that, then I'm going to put in exhibit number 1, which is the notice, exhibit number 2, which is proof of posting of the notice, exhibit number 3, which is proof of publication of the notice, exhibit number 4 is the application, including all of its attachments, and exhibit number 5, the zoning ordinance of the City of Reading as amended. Ms. London, you want to enter your appearance, please?
Yes. Joan, middle initial E, London, London, Kozloff Stout, 2640 Westview Drive, Wyomissing 19610 for the applicant Falls Mill LLC.
And I'm sure you have a representative of Falls Mill LLC if we need to talk to them. But otherwise, why don't you go through and offer proof, please?
That would be fine. Mr. Shankweiler, who is the sole member of Falls Mill, is present to testify. Falls Mill is the owner of 531 Court Street, purchased on August 7th, 2020. It, when purchased, was a 3-story commercial building with 3 offices and 1 residential unit. He is in the process of seeking approvals from the city for conversion to a commercial office on the 1st floor and 5 apartments in the remainder of the building. The property is in the CC Commercial Core Zoning District, and the conversion is not the reason for the hearing tonight, because to the best of our knowledge, the city is allowing the apartment conversions without resort to this board. But the issue is that of off-street parking. 531 Court Street does not have off-street parking. It didn't have it in 2020 when the property was purchased. And there is or was no area on the property that would be usable for off-street parking. Mr. Shankweiler and any other representative of Falls Mills has not made any changes to the height or footprint of the building. There were plans that were prepared by Milan Consulting Group for the intended renovations to the building, which has been shared on the screen. The plans were submitted with the application. Could the zoning officer please, or could Ms. Diaz-Melendez please share the 5th page, A201? And that page of the plan shows the intended apartments with the 1st floor commercial use of the building. 4-5 apartments at 1.5 off-street spaces, and rounding up, that would mean a need for 8 spaces. Since the property is in the CC district, there's no off-street parking requirement for the 1st floor business use. Mr. Shankweiler will confirm this. However, he looked for available spaces within the 300 feet of the building required by the ordinance. There were no off-street parking spaces available within 300 feet of the building. The closest facility is a Reading Parking Authority facility, which is the Reed and Court Garage. And the Reed and Court Garage has an address listed of 666 Court Street. Mr. Shankweiler inquired with the Reading Parking Authority about the availability of parking at Reed and Court Garage, confirmed that there were 8 spaces available. He entered into an agreement with the Reading Parking Authority for spaces. That lease which is titled Parking Facilities Agreement, was submitted to the board and solicitor, and we ask that it be marked as applicant Exhibit 1. You know, on page 1, paragraph 2 specifically states that the authority will make 8 non-reserved residential parking spaces available to Falls Mills at Reed and Court, subject to the terms and conditions of the agreement. And on the last page, the agreement is signed by the Reading Parking Authority and by Mr. Shankweiler. Mr. Shankweiler also took measurements as to the distance from the entrance of 531 Court Street to the Reed and Court garage. He measured using a measuring wheel. And if Ms. Diaz-Melendez could share the video, it was shared with the board and solicitor.
One moment, I'm pulling it up.
Sure. And we'll ask that it be marked as applicant Exhibit 2. And Mr. Shankweiler will confirm that that he took this video.
Got to be him unless somebody has a measuring factor.
And it shows a distance of approximately 535 or 536 feet from Reed and Court garage to 531 Court Street, as you see from the measuring wheel. The target audience for tenants for this apartment building will be mainly young professionals and graduate students, and those looking to live in an urban setting, be able to walk to work, walk to other places, and may or may not own cars, but avail themselves, if they do, avail themselves of parking so they can have a car. There's no reason to believe that this type of tenant and this demographic of tenant would have any objection to parking in a city garage and walking 536 feet. We don't believe there would be any negative impacts from allowing the parking variance. There is no off-street parking for the building, never has been. So without the variance, there wouldn't be any ability to use the building at all. Building would sit vacant, which is a negative in and of itself. Where it's a walkable distance, there should be no negative impacts on the neighborhood or other buildings. The parking variance is the minimum variance that would afford relief. It's being used for a permitted use, simply needs parking. This is the closest available. And allowing the variance will allow an empty building to be put into productive use and avoid the blight of vacant properties in the center city. You can see it's next to the Bear Building, which I understand is under renovation. The buildings next door are in productive use, and of course the Bar Association building and different offices are right across the street. So having a building in, you want all buildings in productive use on that street. Jamie Shankweiler is here to testify, and I'd ask that he be sworn.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I will.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Shankweiler, were you present for my offer of proof?
Yes, I was.
And were you able to hear and understand everything that I said?
I was, yes.
And if you were testifying, would you testify similarly about the reason for variance and as to the facts to which I gave in my offer of proof?
I would, yes.
Okay. Did you take the measurements or record someone taking the measurements between 531 Court Street and 666 Court Street?
I did. I park frequently in the garage when I'm up in Reading at the building, and I got the rolling wheel out of my truck and just videotaped measuring the walk over to Court Street.
And do you have any reason to believe that the measuring wheel would not be accurate?
No, I've used it very frequently, and I actually measured it a time prior with another one, and the results were the same. But I didn't record that one, so I wanted to record using it this time. But I use that pretty much every other day for work, and it's very accurate.
And it's calibrated in feet?
It is feet and inches. It was 535 feet 7 inches, and I rounded it up to 536.
And with respect to the parking facilities agreement, is that your signature on the last page?
It is, yes.
Okay, I don't have any further questions for Mr. Shankweiler.
Do any members of the board have any questions for either Ms. London or Mr. Shankweiler?
Nope.
No.
Hearing none. Mr. Olson, do you have any questions for Mr. Shankweiler or Ms. London?
No, I do not, other than I'd like to borrow his tape measure. I think I can use it in my office.
Anytime. I have a few of them. So
No, thank you. All questions were answered.
Any members of the audience have any questions for Ms. London or Mr. Shankweiler? I don't see anybody. Anybody in the audience want to give testimony for this application? Don't see anybody. Anybody in the audience want to give testimony against this application? I don't see anybody. So we'll close the evidentiary portion of this hearing, Ms. London and Mr. Shankweiler. A decision will be rendered next month. You don't need to be present. A copy will be mailed to you. Okay?
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good luck. The next appeal is Appeal 2603-0007, 1330 Greenwich Street. Eric Hardwick is seeking a variance to construct a 2-unit attached residential dwelling unit on a vacant lot exceeding the distance required for off-street parking. The applicant seeks any other relief required. The property is located in the R3 residential zoning district and the steep slope overlay district. The owner of the record of the property is Hardwick Real Estate LLC. With that, let's have Mr. Olson sworn in, please.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Olson, was this property properly posted?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me put some exhibits into the record, and then we'll have Ms. London enter her appearance. Exhibit number 1 is the notice. Exhibit number 2 is proof of posting of the notice. Exhibit number 3 is proof of publication of the notice. Exhibit number 4 is the application, including all of its attachments. And exhibit number 5 is the zoning ordinance of the city of Reading. With that, Ms. London, why don't you enter your appearance, please?
Okay, Joan, middle initial E, London, London, Kozloff Stout, 2640 Westview Drive, Wyomissing 19610 for the applicant Hardwick Real Estate LLC.
All right, would you like to do an offer of proof, Ms. London?
I will, and I have here tonight Eric Hardwick and Rick Fryer to testify as well.
All right.
All right. Hardwick Real Estate owns the property at 1330 Greenwich Street. It was purchased on July 17th, 2025. The property is a vacant lot. In the past, there was a house on the lot that was demolished under the city's demolition program in 2023, assumedly for dangerous or dilapidated conditions. The dimensions of the lot, it's a very long, narrow lot, 88 feet in depth by about 13 feet in width. Hardwick Real Estate's intention for the property is an attached 2-unit dwelling. The district is R3, which is a residential district, but R3 regulations do not provide for a 2-family detached home.
Is it
Mr. Hardwick,
or attached?
Attached, 2-unit attached, 2-unit attached residential dwelling.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. He is seeking that because he's found that the demand is for reasonably priced rentals, and there would be no demand for the type of home, that single family home that you could build on that configuration of lot. This configuration just works better for the two-family attached dwelling, and there is a demand for that. This lot is not one that has or could accommodate off-street parking because of its dimensions. There's no way to fit a dwelling of any kind onto the property with off-street parking on the lot. Mr. Hardwick has looked into parking availability. At the time of the application, 3 spaces, which is what would be necessary for 1.5 spaces for apartments or rental dwellings, were available at 601 North 12th Street, which was, as the staff report says, approximately 753 feet away. Mr. Hardwick has since found 3 spaces available at Ponce's Parking, which is at 1312 Oley Street, which is less than 300 feet away. We are not, however, going to withdraw the request for variance for parking in the event that for some reason the parking spaces would become unavailable or for some reason not be available. So we are not going to withdraw that request. Mr. Hardwick does not believe, again, that in the event that the variance is needed, that for the type of housing that this is going to be, which is going to be market rate housing for working individuals and working age individuals, that walking to their cars would present a problem even at the 753 feet. He would agree as a condition of approval to sign an agreement leasing spaces for the residents of 1330 Greenwich Street. He, as I said before, he purchased the property last year in 2025. He has not made any changes to it. It is the vacant lot that it was when he purchased it. We do not believe that the variances, if granted, would create any negative impacts such as traffic, noise, odors, fumes, or overcrowding. And that is because the R3 district contains a variety of residential uses, and in its statement of purpose says that it is intended to accommodate higher density residential uses. The basically duplex house model will look like any other house on the block. He will have terms in his lease against excessive noise, against smoke from cooking, noxious odors, and disruptive behavior. It will not change the character of the area in any way. The area is a residential neighborhood with attached and detached dwellings. It is, again, it's an R3 district, and it's intended to accommodate higher densities of housing. This is the least variance, the minimal variance that will afford relief to allow a marketable, viable home to be built on the property. And we believe that, in fact, not only won't it have negative impacts, it will have positive impacts because it will put a vacant lot on which there formerly was a home in such bad shape that the city had to demolish it into productive use. I see that the plan is up on the screen. Why don't we have Mr. Fryer testify first with respect to the plan?
Mr. Fryer, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Fryer, could you please state your name?
Rick Fryer.
Are you employed?
Yes.
And where are you employed?
Meister Cox Architects.
Okay, and what is your job title?
I am a project architect.
Okay, are you a registered architect, so licensed in Pennsylvania?
Yes.
We'll qualify, Miss London.
Okay, that's fine if he's qualified as an expert. Are you familiar with the property at 1330 Greenwich Street?
Yes, I am.
And were you retained by Hardwick Real Estate to prepare plans and renderings for 1330 Greenwich Street?
Yes.
And is what is up on the screen a copy of a plan, a proposed floor plan that you prepared?
Yes, it is.
And can you describe for the board the renderings that you've prepared?
Yes. So we've prepared plans. It is an attached two-unit building. Each unit will have main floor with living, dining, kitchen area and a half bath, and 2 bedrooms on the second floor for each unit with a bathroom.
What is the approximate square footage of each unit?
Offhand, I believe it's about 600, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's in that ballpark.
Right. Now, in the staff report, there were references to steep slopes and the steep slope overlay district. Do you believe that this applies to the property?
I do not. I believe there was a survey plan prepared that I believe showed topography, and I mean, you can see on that there are topo lines on that plan, and I mean the site is so skinny. The property is only 10 feet wide, and the long direction is parallel to the slope. So I mean the amount of slope across the 10-foot wide property is minimal. That shouldn't affect building construction.
And I don't have any further questions for Mr. Fryer.
Do any members of the board have any questions for either Ms. London or Mr. Fryer?
I have a question, and this will go what stayed that picture. I went up there to look, and this what I'm going to ask, I think is going to be a positive for this. I'm frightening some people when I say that, so I'm just going to say it. That picture that probably is 12 feet, not 10, from the wall out to where the pavement begins. But I noticed that there's that like a support wall. Now, I'm going to ask, if at all possible, Ms. London, you mentioned that the house was demolished. There was a permit for demolition in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I certainly would like to see that reason. That was it because the stuff was falling down, the property was decaying in such a way. And I'm thinking of that with the houses that are next door going up the street on Greenwich Street there. The houses are all the same width, around 12 and a half feet wide, and they seem to be in good shape. So I'm thinking that whatever is going to happen here will benefit the very next house, that somewhere down the line, it will not fall. So that's my question. This picture, though, does not remind me of what I went up to see on the corner of Greenwich Street. I'm looking at the again, I'm almost finished. Bear with me. I'm looking at the case report. On the very first page is that picture, Greenwich. I think it's on the corner of Greenwich and Linden. That is, it looks like a support wall there, or not. What am I missing here? There. That's it. That's it. That's Greenwich. And I went up there and I measured. So is that the very first? I don't think that's the very first picture you showed, is it, or not?
So your question is are those two pictures of the same item?
Yeah, it's just the first one was just more off to the side on Linden, and then this is more just directly in front.
Does. Oh, okay. That does.
Just different angles.
Well, okay. Anyway, that 12 foot from the wall, again, I think it'd be a positive thing, whatever we can do to, because my 15th year on the board, I have never seen anything with a steep slope overlay. When I read all the different things for the involvement with all the people in the city, the fire marshal, occupancy, erosion, sediment control, my mind was boggled for the first time in 15 years. So again, would it be possible to have a copy of that permit where it was approved with the explanation that the attorney mentioned was that the house was falling apart? And I think that would go a long way for me to say, hey, this would be a great thing to support the adjacent house or houses from falling. And that's all I have to say about that. I'd like to see a copy of that.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose I could make a request under the right to know law for a copy of the demolition permit issued in 2023 for that property, if we could keep the record open for that.
Well, I just, why don't we let Emily go to DPW or whoever issued the permit, city codes, and we'll just pull it from them.
Okay,
Yeah,
that'll be fine. Thank you.
No big deal.
I can send that after the hearing.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Anybody else have any questions for Ms. London or Mr. Fryer?
All right.
Okay.
I just like to say one thing. I think that's kind of a very creative design. I thought that fit well with the neighborhood. So
I'd just like to have Mr. Hardwick testify briefly if no one else has any questions.
Do we need to?
Just like to get on the record that everything that I said that he is in agreement with.
All right.
Mr. Hardwick, can you raise your right hand,
Fox,
please?
I do have a question.
Who has a question?
Fox,
All right.
am I on?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I am.
Yes.
No, I just have a comment to make concerning this. I hear city council sometimes during the council sessions talk about a blend of single homes and apartments, and they talk about the term de-densify, and I hear this a lot. And I know it has to do with quality of life. We are putting more apartments in because we need them. Our big buildings, more tendo apartments, but this is a small row house that was there before. Wouldn't you be able to find a family that would be interested in a small row house as a single house instead of creating apartments all over the place in some of these smaller homes? I'll wait for some comments. I know what the answer is going to be, but I feel I have to make that point.
Yeah, let me just answer this, Mr. Fox. That is that I have heard the term by this board and by others in the city of de-densification. The R3 district has in its statement of purpose that this is the district for the highest densities of housing. There are other districts where de-densification and fewer conversions probably would make sense, but the R3 district would not be that place. The R3 district is where we want more multifamily housing and more different types of housing to allow those higher densities of usage. I mean, Mr. Hardwick can testify as to his views on the market and what is and is not marketable in Reading and cities like Reading.
All right. So you wanted to get Mr. Hardwick sworn in, please?
Yes.
Sir Hardwick, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay. Mr. Hardwick, were you present when I gave my offer of proof regarding your application for 1330 Greenwich Street?
It was.
And were you able to hear and understand everything that I said?
Yes.
And if you were testifying, would you have said the same things?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. Mr. Fox had a question regarding could this be a small row house and a single family home as opposed to two rental units? Have you studied your options with respect to this?
I have, and in fact, I actually have a resident or tenant, I should say, on 43 South 10th Street. It's a larger home, single family, but it's pretty big. It's about 5 bedrooms. And they are actually looking for a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Similar demographic to what I think this type of property would attract, which is younger professionals, middle-aged professionals. But the demand, the request that I've had from my one tenant and what I've seen on the market has been these efficient apartments. And I think this will work well in that neighborhood as well, considering that we were able to resolve the parking issue. So, but the demand is there.
Okay, and you don't believe that there would be a demand for a small row house?
No, I don't. That was one of the reasons why I requested Meister Cox to draw up a plan for a 2-unit.
Okay. I don't have anything further for Mr. Hardwick.
Does anybody on the board have any questions for Mr. Hardwick? Seeing none. Does any, Mr. Olson, do you have any questions?
No, I do not. Not from zoning.
Okay. Anybody in the audience have any questions of any of the witnesses for the applicant? I see none. Anybody in the audience have any testimony in favor of this applicant? Seeing none. Anybody in the audience have any testimony against this applicant? I see none. So we'll close the evidentiary portion of this hearing. A decision will be rendered at the hard to believe May meeting of the Reading Zoning Hearing Board 2026. You do not have to be present. A copy will be mailed to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your presentations and your participation.